All right, welcome back to Echo Press Club. So we are going to get into it. Luckily, we got the room, and so we're able to go through. All right, so change some things about how this is going to be designed. And so remove some things up here. We're going to have a reader. We're kind of copying a little bit from Readwise, which is an application that I use to keep track of all of my books and stuff. And so, one thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a podcaster host. Um, we're going to need their interface, and then we're going to need a UI for the readers as well. That's going to be a desktop or mobile version, so it'll probably be mobile optimized. And so we'll do that. And then, but right now we really want to. So this is something that I created. Um, so we're kind of freestyling it a bit. So we need to go ahead and create like an RSS feed um, to Superbase. I was going to use as our backend. And so let's do integration V1. And so I went ahead and asked ChatGPT how you would do it. And so right here, it's telling us how to do it on the back end. Disregard all the stuff that I work with ChatGPT on. So at this point, I have ChatGPT open and I have Bolt open. Bolt open to kind of do like the natural language processing type of coding, and ChatGPT to help me with more of the intricate things that I don't understand as a non-technical person. So I essentially just said if I were to put an RSS feed to a podcast into a form, what would it take for me to get that audio and then transcribe that audio in full and then paste that in a database that looked like Superbase? So essentially, what I want to do is over here. I want when they say start publishing, I just want this to. I don't even want it to open up to signing in. I don't even want that. What I want is for I don't know how do I get back to that page? Okay, so I don't even want that to happen. What I want is for them to immediately. I want to have a start publishing and a start reading. Start reading. I just want to have an email, or I'll probably have something like, "Hey, what's your email and what podcast are you looking for?" And over here, start publishing. It'll literally just say, "What's your RSS feed?" And then as soon as that happens, they input that. On the back end, we'll take that and go ahead and transcribe and upload and create articles for the first, I don't know, let's say 10 episodes. So 50 articles. And then have them, and then send them an email that says, hey, your newsletter is ready for you, and give them a sign in, a login that they can change later. Then when they sign in, it'll already have like things like this. So in here, we need to add a page. Partners is where the brands will go. So we need to add a underneath the dashboard between the menu items of dashboard and subscribers. Add content or feed. What should it be? Newsletters, content, feed. What should it be? Probably content. In the content page, the user will be able to see rows of articles and the podcasts that they were based on, as well as the published date. Um, and they'll be able to see the status of the content. Um, Queued on deck posted. When they click into an article that has been posted, they are able to. Hold on, I want to see if ChatGPT can help me do this. Okay, so how about this? If I wanted to launch a newsletter application, how would I be able to? Wait, hold on. Loops might be able to do that. Now think about it. Can they do analytics? Send email. Okay, they can send the emails. They have a soup-based integration. Perfect. Um, okay. Have a Zapier. Awesome. We need that. So we can have some really cool stuff that we can build. Um, oh, they handle DNS. Perfect. Okay, what we're gonna need. What we're gonna need here is we're gonna need. Hold on a second. This song is very good, so save it. We need to know essentially what they can do as far as analytics. So just go. In building all these Bolt apps, I've actually learned a little bit more about how to navigate docs. So that's been helpful. Um, okay. Okay, this is interesting. So all they do is send. They don't do analytics. I can't believe they don't have editing emails. See, this is all going to be super helpful. Personalizing email, upload a custom email. Okay. This is loop triggers event, contact update, contact starts loops for example, you created a loop. Sends a welcome email to new check. Okay, how good is their segmentation too? List management. Okay, filter and segments. Okay. The reason I ask is because if we're going to do podcast hosts for different things, we're probably going to have different lists. Okay. So essentially, we got to figure out if it's possible to create lists, set them to private, create lists, and then have it essentially like Substack. Like if I had Substack's API of okay, each podcast is going to have their own list, and those will be segmented by paid, non-paid, things like that. Trigger loop. So that means that we also will need different subscriber. Dude, this is gonna be crazy. So we're gonna need different subscriber logins too, right? which means that fans subscribing. So subscribing. So it'll be V3. So it'll be subscribing V1. The fan goes to a direct link of the podcast and inputs their email. Then they are a subscriber of that newsletter. A fan can subscribe to an unlimited amount of newsletters. Each, and right here, we need to make sure that pod each podcast will have its own billing set up. How are we going to do that? Geez. Okay. If I wanted to build a Substack like payments where different podcasters can charge their own fees to their subscribers, yet subscribers can subscribe to multiple podcast newsletters. How would I even build that? I don't even know how that's even possible, to be honest. It's just, I'm like, how would I do that? Okay. Okay. Strike Connect. Okay. Strike Connect. Subscribers and each subscriber. Okay. Okay. Mm, mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so essentially this is the learning part because we got to figure out how we can actually pull this off. Because what I'm really thankful about is that between ChatGPT and Bolt, I've found that I can literally build anything, which has been a lot of the work that I've been doing, which is why these videos are coming out so late. Um, it's because I've been building other things that I actually want to commercialize, like meaningfully, maybe raise money for or sell. And so some of the code I can't have just out there while we're building this type of thing. I might use it to make money, but we're not trying to build a huge company from it. Um, can I use loops? Just want to make sure that there's feature parity. So if they're telling me to use SendGrid and Postmark, and I'm like, Loops is cheaper. Can I use that? I need to make sure that ChatGPT can give me a good answer. That worries me a bit that I didn't see anything about I didn't see anything about analytics, to be honest. Hmm. I guess, do we really need to know what our open rates are? The people will it's AI generated newsletters, so what does it matter what the open rates are? It's really just going to be fans are the only people that are going to really be interested in signing up for this. So maybe I don't care as much as I think I do. It says track email campaigns. Okay, it says it can. Tracking? Maybe tracking. Dude, I don't care. Can you do it or not? This is just not going to tell me, huh? Let's see. Okay, we're gonna have to move on. This is gonna be a really boring video if I just keep doing that. Okay, we do need to figure out what it is say about uh, transcribing the audio. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely probably use OpenAI. That's fine. And then we'll probably use set up a Superbase Postgres. Okay, we'll probably do that and then do that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, download the audio. Okay. Uh, okay, so this should all be fine. And then what we'll do after that is we would push that into um, OpenAI, which I now know how to do. I've been working a lot with voice and AI, one AI voice agents, but then also using voice to create scoring and things like that. So I'm really excited about that piece. Okay, so in between, let's go back to this. In between the items, discover to add content, conference recognition, clients, right? They're able to see the open rates, subscribe rates, and read rates. What about sharing rates? Sharing rates. Okay, so that means that in here, so for content, one. All right, so right here we're gonna put to the article when the direct shared, then they are then the person clicking on it will be able to see that article for free. Essentially, if anyone shares the article, like that person gets to see it for free if they have the link, the shared link, not the one that's online. It'll be different. Sharing URL is different from the website URL, and the sharing URL should not be indexed by search engines. See why in a second. Any article that is over is over 3 days old is considered archive. And okay. This is on the reader side. Let's try getting to the reader. Okay, fan users. V1. So we're supposed to be vibe coding, but there's a little bit of it that actually has to be typed out just so I can like think through in a logical way. And then we'll come back and close all these loops later. So fan reading experience, there will be a separate link to the application that allows fans to read the articles. If we can do like a $99 thing where fans can read everything, and then they will we'll pay out a percent of every artist. Maybe we'll hold that under wraps, and then later on we'll email all the podcasters and say, hey, we're thinking about a master thing that would expose all the fans to your content, like a magazine. And yeah, and then give them a percent based on their subscriber count growth or something like that. Like royalties, kind of like a Medium. There was something for the fans can log in and see a beautiful mobile optimized reading experience of all of the podcast channels that they have access to. To work on this while I'm not on video because it's going to start getting boring pretty soon as I start going through. Okay, I actually do need that information from before, as if it's not already like kind of boring. Hey, I never said that I was entertaining. Let the record show. Just take that real quick. You know what I want to build? I want to build something that's like, hey, I put in my ChatGPT like open link, and then it builds a GPT on top of that. Like it converts it to a PDF. Like I can open AI. Can I just create their like? Can I just create an agent out of thin air? Yeah. What if I can? If I can just be like, hey, if I can build a custom GPT like off of GPT actions. I did like custom. Um, mm, mm, Interesting. Okay, so I might be able to do that later. I haven't really kind of like because I had to do it earlier where I had to go through on reference one, and it was getting so full that I had to take an entire conversation that was like 256 pages long, and now I only took half, turn it into a PDF, and then had that inform this chat for the reference one project. And yeah, and it worked out fine. So I was curious if there is an application. It took me a really long time to figure out how to do that. But I wonder if there's an application out there that allows you to just take your public um, chat GPT chat and put that in, and it'll create a PDF, and then it'll create a custom GPT for you. But you know, no big deal there. All right, let's finish this part, and then hopefully in the next video, how far are we? 30 minutes. Hopefully in the next video we can get deeper into actually like building out some of these features. But right now we really want to build the content feature dashboard. As you saw, we're gonna have to build a separate experience for readers and then a special experience for partners, which that should be fun. I'll give you an insight into what I'm thinking there in a second. Um, Here, while that's cooking, I'll tell you where it is right now. Advertising users. Uh, Advertiser V1. Okay, so what I'm thinking is like the user will log in and be able to see all of the opted earners want to be pitched on having a marketing partner their emails. It will be anonymized, but the advertisers will be able to see. something like the subscriber count, open rates, and share rates of the podcast on a running timeline, and then they can elect to send the podcaster a note of sponsorship and make an offer based on the analytics. So this is essentially, we're going to turn this into like a billboard type of product, where the advertiser can just go through and just say, like, on a blind feed, just be like, okay, this podcaster is in sports, I'm in sports, I want to submit a bid for based on their user information. And then they click that bid, it's still anonymous. And then the podcaster can see their bids in their added content. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Few metrics. Cool. I don't like how that rolls out, but we'll work on that later. So they'll be able to see, like, right here, they'll see the partners, and then they will probably see something like their earnings. And so down here in the partners opportunities is probably where it'll show up. I like that the AI put partner opportunity there, because that's where it'll probably show up. Like, someone will submit a bid, and then they'll see those there, and they'll either accept or deny, and then we'll have to connect those. So they'll have to agree on copy, like marketing, like that kind of stuff. Um, and then once they accept, we'll automatically put them into the newsletters in the way that they accept, whether it's like a full takeover or a top, middle, bottom advertising block. And we can start having a lot of fun with it. And then, of course, we make money. We make a percentage of everything that they do. So that will be an interesting little piece. I have to write more and think more about it, but we're kind of cooking here on that side. And then, of course, like I said, we got the content going on. So manage your articles and track their performance. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Preview, see the article. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's going to be a much better animation. But yeah, man, here we go. We're going to cut these in 30 minutes so you can kind of see where we're at. So we added content. And then next time we'll probably start getting deeper into the reading experience. So when a user types on reader, like, they have a completely different experience. And we'll probably have this, change this to like start reading. So it'll be a start publishing. I love how that scrolls. That's sexy. I like that. That's scrolling down there. That's cool. And then we'll have something else. And then, yeah, man. And then we'll start, like, we'll probably do the Python aspect, the back end for Superbase and things like that. And then we'll keep running with it. And then eventually we'll start reaching out to some podcasters. I think what'll probably happen is that we'll probably do a couple of tests first, and then, like, just say, hey, we're going to give you all the revenue. We already built this thing out. We'd love for you to partner with us for free. And we'll give you all the revenue. We just want to test out our product and see if that works. All right, cool.